Today, we're going to talk about Viktor Gyokeres. Everybody is talking about this kid. He's undisputedly the hottest topic in the transfer window. Even though, in my opinion, there's hotter players moving, especially to Man City, let's talk about Viktor. Now, he was going to come to Man United. That's what everyone thought. I think there was a time when he said he only wanted to go to Man United. But it seems like everyone says that now. It's just a way to get Arsenal interested in them. So it is what it is. He's going to Arsenal. It's going to be announced anytime soon. We're going to hear Fabrizio Romano say, here we go. He goes to Arsenal, whatever. In my opinion, this guy is overrated. And here's why. He's played in England before. He's played in the Coca-Cola Championship. He's played for 2 English teams. If I'm not mistaken, he's been loaned out to Swansea. He's played at Coventry City. 2 spells. His first spell, guy didn't score a single goal. Second spell, he scored 30-something goals in like 69 games, something like that. Don't quote me on this. But it was not a crazy return. And even Troy Deeney will tell you, if you get 25 goals in the Coca-Cola Championship or whatever it's called now, you might get 5 goals in the Premiership. Unless you're freaking Jamie Vardy. And he's not Jamie Vardy. He's not. So let's get into it. First game, Man United versus Arsenal. Here's what we expect from Viktor if he signs for Arsenal. At least 1 goal on his debut. And God help him get that 1 goal, because if he doesn't, we all know you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. And that's just standard, okay? So I'll be watching the game by God's grace, and I'll be there looking to see what he does. He's gonna have to score, and he has a few things working for him. Onana and Harry Maguire, if they start for Man United, have been known to gift goals away like Santa Claus. So with that said, he might get a goal. Harry Maguire might pass him the ball. Onana might flap at one of his weak shots and he'll go in. If that happens, good riddance. He scored. Fantastic. Let's say he doesn't score. Where does Arsenal go from here? We can go ahead and label this guy a coach killer, because Arteta is playing his hand. And, you know, the Premier League is tough, bro. It's not the Portuguese league. Just because you scored, 50-something goals in 40-something games or whatever it is in the Portuguese league, it doesn't translate. It has never translated. Unless you're Cristiano Ronaldo. Is he Cristiano Ronaldo? He might be. But we're going to have to watch and see. So all this stuff, I go off of what Ruben Amorim said. If you're coming to Man United just to play Champions League football, then we don't want you. Why? Because he played in the Champions League last season. He didn't win the Champions League. PSG won the Champions League. Where was he? Now all of a sudden he wants to only play Champions League football? That's kind of crazy to me. He doesn't want to play for Sporting anymore. Why don't you play for Sporting in the Champions League and win the Champions League for them and then have that stance? So in this scenario, I stand with Ruben Amorim. I say, if you only want to play Champions League, bye-bye. We don't want you. That's attitude problem in the making. Because Champions League happens every single year. You can play for Man United, get us up into the top 4, and you will be in the Champions League. Earned. I'll even go as far as arguing, I don't know, I might be wrong. Did he get Sporting into the Champions League last season? Or does Sporting always play in the Champions League because they always win the Portuguese league? I'm not going to look it up. I don't care. But from what I know about football, to me, this guy has a bunch of question marks on him, and we're going to see what happens. That's all I have to say.